It's time for an emergency video. I'm sorry to my roommates, it's 3 a.m. But Kevin Durant just got traded to the Phoenix Suns. The season's over, that's it. The Phoenix Suns won it all. Not only did the Suns just add Kevin Durant to their team, they kept DeAndre Ayton and Chris Paul. I mean, how do they even do it? It doesn't make sense. In just this last offseason, it was going to take Jaylen Brown, Devin Booker, Bam Adebayo. Kevin Durant was not leaving that team for almost any reasonable price. Now you just traded him for Cam Johnson and Mikal Bridges. To me, the Nets have been fleeced in every trade that they've made. They made Ben Simmons for James Harden, Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith for Kyrie, and now Cam Johnson and Mikal Bridges for Kevin Durant, a top 5 player in the league. Now looking back at the Kyrie trade, it's absolutely horrible that they went with the Mavericks package instead of the Lakers' 2 first-round picks now that you're rebuilding from scratch. Initially, the Mavericks trade didn't seem too horrible because you kept a competitive package around Kevin Durant. But now with hindsight, oh my god, that package is horrible. If you're a Lakers or Raptors fan, stick around for a little bit. I have comments on your teams as well, but I need to address the elephant in the room first. If Chris Paul wins a ring this season, y'all are not going to hear the end of it from me. No more CP0 talks, he's not a playoff choker anymore. And on top of that, Kevin Durant is getting a ring without Steph Curry. To me, the Suns team is so perfectly constructed from like positions 1 through 9. This trade deadline was supposed to suck, man. No one could have foreseen these trades. I know technically the trade deadline ends tomorrow, but I could sleep well tonight knowing I just saw the biggest trade that's going to happen this year. The West is so stacked. I cannot wait for the playoffs. Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Nikola Jokic are all in the same conference on different teams. I want to be happy that LeBron's team just picked up so many shooters that are going to fit well next to him. And they did so by giving up Russell Westbrook and only one of their first round picks. But none of that even matters. The Suns just got Kevin Durant. They're a 60-win team, and they brought back the same team from last year, and all they had to give up was Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson. Not only that, the Nets threw in TJ Warren. Are you kidding me? To me, wrap the season up. It's over with. The Suns just won it all. Watch me end up being wrong, and Chris Paul ends up choking the playoffs again, and I could go on forever about this Kevin Durant Suns trade, but there's other trades that have gone on that I need to cover, so here we go. The first big trade that took place was Kyrie Irving to the Dallas Mavericks. He just did his debut game versus the Clippers, and they looked amazing with Kyrie. In Kyrie's first game, the offense looked great. There was so much off-ball movement, so much motion going on, and I think the ball pressure from Kyrie Irving gave Reggie Bullock crazy spacing because he popped off in the first quarter. If Kyrie's presence alone is generating more open shots for the Mavericks, oh, that offense is going to be unstoppable. He's not even doing anything. He's just on the court, and they're becoming better. That's tough. Unfortunately, Luka had to sit this game out because of injury, and we didn't get to see how they were going to flow in the system together. But Kyrie is looking great off the ball. I mean, he was crossing people over without the ball. I think the Mavericks are fine without a Christian Wood trade, but everyone seems to disagree. Everyone thinks that Christian Wood's out of there by this trade deadline, but I think he's all right there. Next up is the Los Angeles Lakers. They traded Russell Westbrook and just one of their firsts for D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, and Jared Vanderbilt. They addressed so many of their problems, and especially the biggest issue, which was the fit of the 4 guards that they are trying to play in the rotation. Any final trades that they make on the last day of the trade deadline is just the cherry on top. Some other smaller trades that have gone on around the league is Jakob Poeltl back to the Raptors. It's a good pickup for them. They definitely needed a center, and Jakob is a dependable 5. The former Villanova teammates Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart are finally reuniting in the New York Knicks. And finally, Cam Reddish has been freed out of the New York Knicks. He's landed himself a spot next to Damian Lillard on the Portland Trail Blazers in exchange for Josh Hart. Josh Hart's going to be a great fit on any team he went to, but I'm happy for the Knicks. I'll cover any other trades that happen tomorrow on the deadline, but I just had to fire up on that Kevin Durant trade. Peace. Make sure to show love to all my recent videos.